At 2:17 a.m. on a Tuesday night in suburban Milwaukee, a German shepherd named Max is doing something he's never done before. He's jumping on 10-year-old Emma's bed, violently. His paws slam into her chest with 70 pounds of force, again and again. This matters because Emma can't hear the alarm that's been screaming for 3 minutes. She's profoundly deaf, and in her house right now, something invisible is killing her entire family. Max has maybe 90 seconds to get her out. That's it. If you want to see how this ends, hit that subscribe button and tap the like. You won't believe what happens next. Emma's eyes snap open. The room is dark except for the moonlight cutting through her curtains. Max's face is inches from hers. His mouth is open. She can see his teeth. His breath is hot on her face, but she can't hear him barking. Emma learned sign language at 3 years old. She's been deaf since birth. Her bedroom is on the second floor of a 2-story colonial house on Maple Street, where she lives with her mom, Sarah, her dad, Tom, and her 7-year-old brother, Jake. Max came into their lives 2 years ago, specifically trained as a hearing dog for Emma. He alerts her to doorbells, fire alarms, timers, her name being called. But this is different. Max grabs Emma's pajama sleeve with his teeth. He pulls hard. Emma feels the fabric strain. She sits up, confused. Max releases her sleeve and jumps off the bed. He runs to her door, runs back. His eyes are wild. She's never seen him like this. Emma reaches for her bedside lamp. Click. Nothing happens. The power is out. Her alarm clock is dark. Her nightlight is off. Max runs to the door again. This time he scratches at it, deep, frantic scratches. Something is wrong. Emma swings her legs out of bed. Her feet hit the cold hardwood floor. She walks toward Max, and that's when she notices it. Her head feels heavy, foggy, like she's underwater. Each step takes more effort than it should. She reaches the door and turns the handle. Max bolts into the hallway. Emma follows him and sees her worst nightmare. Her brother Jake's door is wide open. She can see him in bed, completely still, too still. Emma's chest tightens. She runs to his room. Max is already there, pawing at Jake's shoulder. Emma shakes her brother. "Jake! Jake!" She can't hear her own voice, but she knows she's screaming. Jake doesn't move. His face looks pale in the moonlight. His lips have a strange tint to them, almost cherry red. Panic floods through Emma like ice water. She shakes him harder. Nothing. Max barks at her. She sees his mouth moving, his body tense with urgency. Then Max does something she'll never forget. He runs to Jake's window, jumps up, paws at it desperately, then runs back to Emma. Does it again. Window, Emma, window, Emma. She gets it. Emma runs to the window. Her fingers fumble with the lock. It's stuck. She's 10 years old, and her hands are shaking, and the lock won't budge. Max is still pawing at Jake. She tries again. The lock slides open. She shoves the window up. Cold January air rushes into the room. It hits her face like a slap. She gasps. The fog in her head clears slightly. Fresh air. They need fresh air. But here's the twist. Emma suddenly realizes she hasn't checked on her parents. Their bedroom is at the end of the hall. Max must have the same thought because he's already running toward their door. Emma takes one more look at Jake, who still hasn't moved, and then sprints after Max. Her parents' door is closed. Emma's hand grabs the doorknob. It's unlocked.
She pushes it open. The smell hits her immediately. Actually, not a smell. The absence of smell. Just stale, dead air. Her mom and dad are in bed. Neither is moving. Her dad's arm hangs off the side of the mattress. Emma's legs nearly give out. She stumbles forward. Max rushes past her, leaping onto the bed between her parents. He paws at her mother's face. Nothing. He moves to her father. Still nothing. Emma's vision is blurring, not from tears, though those are coming, but from whatever is making her feel so dizzy. She staggers to the window. This one opens easier. She throws it up as far as it will go. The winter wind pours in, bitter and sharp. Her mother coughs. It's small, barely noticeable, but Emma sees her mom's chest move. She's alive. Her dad's fingers twitch. He's alive too, but they won't be for long if Emma doesn't do something right now. Emma's family has a safety plan for emergencies. They've practiced it since she was little. Fire drills, tornado drills, intruder scenarios. But this isn't any of those. Emma doesn't know what this is, and she can't call 911 because she can't hear. Her phone is in her room. Her parents have a landline on their nightstand. She grabs it, puts it to her ear, even though she knows it's pointless. She can't hear a dial tone, can't hear if anyone answers. She needs her video phone in the living room downstairs. That's the only way she can communicate with emergency services. But that means leaving her family. Max makes the decision for her. He jumps off the bed and runs toward the door, stops, looks back at Emma, runs again. He's telling her to follow him. Emma's been reading Max's body language for 2 years. She trusts him completely. She runs.
But before we continue our story, let's take 5 seconds to show some love. Like the video, subscribe, and let's jump back in. Down the hallway, past Jake's room where the window is open and cold air is flowing. Down the stairs. Emma's legs feel like concrete. Each step is harder than the last. The fog in her head is getting worse. Max is ahead of her, taking the stairs 3 at a time. Emma's hand grips the railing, tight. If she falls now, she might not get back up. Living room. The video phone is on the desk in the corner. Emma stumbles toward it. Max is barking at the front door now. She can see him in her peripheral vision going absolutely berserk. But Emma has to make this call first. She has to. Her fingers hit the power button on the video phone. Nothing. The power's out. The whole house is dark. No electricity, no video phone, no way to call for help. That solves nothing. Now there's a bigger problem. Emma's mind races. Her neighbors, the Johnsons, live next door, 20 feet away. If she can get to their house, she can pound on their door, wake them up. They can call 911. But that means going outside in January in Wisconsin at 2 a.m. in her pajamas. It means leaving her family, who might be dying right now. Every second counts. Emma makes a choice. She runs to the front door. Max is already there, scratching at it so hard she's sure he's drawing blood from his paws. Emma unlocks the deadbolt, turns the handle. The door swings open. The cold outside is shocking, brutal. The temperature is 19 degrees. There's snow on the ground. Emma's wearing thin cotton pajamas and no shoes. She doesn't care. Emma runs across her front lawn. The snow burns her feet. Each step is agony. The grass underneath is frozen and sharp. She reaches the Johnsons' driveway. Her feet hit concrete. Somehow that's worse. Max is beside her, matching her pace, occasionally getting ahead and looking back to make sure she's following. They reach the Johnsons' front door. Emma pounds on it, both fists, as hard as she can. She can't hear if she's making noise, can't hear if anyone's responding. She just keeps pounding. Max is jumping at the door, scratching it. They must be making a commotion. Someone has to wake up. Someone has to hear them. The porch light flicks on. Mr. Johnson opens the door. He's in his 60s, wearing a robe coat, looking confused and alarmed. Emma sees his mouth moving. He's talking to her. She can't understand. She's never been great at reading lips. It's not like the movies make it seem. She does the only thing she can think of. She points at her house, points at her ears, shakes her head, then makes a phone gesture with her hand. Mr. Johnson's eyes go wide. He gets it. He turns and yells into his house. Mrs. Johnson appears, already holding a phone. She's dialing. Emma watches her mouth form the numbers. 911. Mrs. Johnson starts talking rapidly into the phone. Mr. Johnson grabs a coat from the rack by the door and wraps it around Emma's shoulders. Then he's putting on his own shoes. He runs toward Emma's house. Emma tries to follow, but Mrs. Johnson holds her back gently. She's still talking on the phone. Emma can see the concern on her face. Mrs. Johnson guides Emma inside. The warmth of the house hits her, and suddenly Emma realizes her feet are numb. She looks down. They're bright red, almost purple in spots. Mrs. Johnson sees this and immediately sits Emma down, wrapping her feet in a blanket. But Emma can't sit still. She needs to know if her family is okay. She stands up. Mrs. Johnson tries to stop her, but Emma is already at the door. Max is there too, wanting to go back. They both go back outside. Mr. Johnson is in Emma's house now. Emma can see through the open front door. He's running upstairs. The next few minutes are the longest of Emma's life. She stands in the Johnsons' doorway, the coat around her shoulders, Max pressed against her leg, watching her house. Mrs. Johnson is behind her, still on the phone with 911, probably giving them updates. Then Emma sees lights, red and blue flashing, fire trucks, ambulances. They're coming down Maple Street, fast. Within seconds, Emma's quiet suburban street is chaos. Firefighters are rushing into her house. Paramedics are running up with equipment. Mrs. Johnson tries to hold Emma back, but a female paramedic sees her and comes over. The paramedic kneels down. She looks Emma right in the eyes. She speaks slowly, clearly, making sure she can see her mouth. "Are you okay?" Emma nods. The paramedic touches Emma's face gently. "Good girl. You saved your family."
Carbon monoxide. That's what it was. The silent killer. Odorless, colorless, invisible. The furnace in Emma's basement had a cracked heat exchanger. It had been leaking carbon monoxide into the house for hours. By 2 a.m., the levels were critical, fatal. The power outage that night was unrelated. A transformer had blown 3 blocks away, but it had one crucial effect. It killed the carbon monoxide detector that was plugged into an outlet in the hallway. The battery backup had died months ago, and no one had noticed. Emma's family couldn't hear anything, but Emma didn't need to, because Max could smell it. Dogs can detect carbon monoxide. Their sense of smell is 10,000 times more powerful than humans. Max knew something was wrong, and he knew Emma was in danger. He'd been trained to wake her for alarms, but this time there was no alarm to hear. So Max made himself the alarm. All 4 members of Emma's family survived. Jake was unconscious for the longest, but made a full recovery. Emma's parents spent 3 days in the hospital in hyperbaric chambers, getting oxygen to flush the carbon monoxide from their blood. Emma's feet had minor frostbite, but healed within 2 weeks. Max received the Wisconsin Humane Society's Heroic Dog Award 3 months later. Emma's mom made sure Max got a steak dinner every week for a year after that. The doctor told Emma's parents that if she'd woken up 5 minutes later, they all would have died in their sleep. 5 minutes. That's how close they came, and the only reason they're alive is because a German shepherd refused to let his girl sleep through the danger she couldn't hear. Today, Emma is 12. Max is 4. They're inseparable. Emma's family has 6 carbon monoxide detectors now, all with fresh batteries, and they test them weekly. They've shared their story with local news, schools, and deaf community organizations. Their message is simple: get a detector. Check it. It could save your life. Max doesn't know he's a hero. He just knows he did his job. He protected his girl. And on that night at 2:17 a.m., that's exactly what mattered. If this story moved you, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to our channel for more incredible true stories, and leave a comment below. Do you have a carbon monoxide detector in your home? Have you checked the batteries? Share this video with someone you love. It might save their life. Max saved Emma. Maybe this story can save someone else.